This is crazy. It is so fast, it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be this fast. Man. Welcome back to Mercedes Lounge. Today I have a car which competes with the BMW iX M60 and the Audi SQ8 e-tron, both electric SUV. Well, in today's video we have the 2024 Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV. It is a step up from the Mercedes EQE 500, and if you remember, a few weeks ago Mercedes sent me the EQE 500 SUV, which I reviewed, and I'll drop a link right here in the video. Check out that video if you haven't done so. Interior is where the magic happens. It has never gray interior with Biscaya blue on the upper dash. This SUV has a 90.6 kilowatt-hour battery, and it promises 225 miles of range on 90% of charge. And this is the entire landscape on the side perspective. Very elegant rim design. Love the O arches. EQ insignia on the left hand side and the 4MATIC Plus right here because it's all-wheel drive. The front tires 225/40 R21 with the red brake calipers, and these are new rim designs for the Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV lineup and sitting on Michelin tires. Size of the rear tires 225/40 R21, and I love the rim design with the red brake calipers. Let's go on a drive of this new 2024 Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV and sign off with the resume. Right, here we are in the interior of the EQE AMG SUV, and gotta get used to the name because we also have an EQE AMG Sedan, but this is an SUV. Alright, as we expected, interior looks very nice. I'll set it to the Sport Plus mode, and this is the Sport Plus mode design. This car has a hyper screen which gives you a very large landscape of this giant screen, almost 60 inches from one end to the other. And I'm going to switch to the performance menu right here and look at the vehicle data. There are a number of options here. In this AMG we have an electric motor. You can see the engine torque, the power, and has a staggering amount of power, 617 horsepower. And by the way, it has what is known as the AMG sound experience. Because it's an EV, it plays a humming sound through the speaker system, so it lets you know that the car is accelerating. Right off the bat, the seats are very comfortable actually. They have perforations, and we probably have massage features in this car. We do not have massage, so that's just one drawback. And it has a very tight turning radius because this car has a rear axle steering. You know what's interesting is you can barely tell the car is moving fast because there is no engine sound. It's just the AMG sound experience, but it's a fantastic drive so far. I love how it's comfortable. 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system is excellent for power delivery. Dual motors front and rear, and the battery capacity in this car is 90.6 kilowatt hours. Which means you have regular AC charging and DC fast charging. The DC fast charging system charges the car in about 32 minutes from 0 to 90%. Now, if you remember, I had the EQE 500 SUV as well, which I think the AC charging was about 9.5 hours. Oh, it is mental. I mean, it is so quick. Now, Mercedes promises a range of about 225 miles.
How can I help?
Yeah, it is quick. I mean, it is absolutely insane. You shouldn't have this much power in a car. It doesn't make sense. It is absolutely insane how much power it is.
You have not subscribed to this service. To use it, you first have to activate the service in the Mercedes-Me app.
Cancel. Wow. So 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. I believe you can get much faster times in this car. But one thing is interesting, when you accelerate, I feel there's a bit of an understeer. I can feel the car moving towards one side. It's quite interesting, I might say. Wow, this is crazy. It is so fast, it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be this fast. Enough of the acceleration, but interior design is quite futuristic. We have the hyperscreen, and this is the second generation MBUX system. All the regular icons we have, which you can also control through the spokes on the upper right hand side of the AMG Performance steering wheel, which is really nice. There is a charge menu right here in this hyperscreen. Let you see how much charge you have left. It says 95%, 215 miles of charge left. It's shouldn't be this fast, but so you have all the EQ menu icons here, and has a navigation system, obviously very large map with 3D maps, and as you approach the buildings they simply disappear into the ground. There's a phone menu right here. Radio systems, this car has Sirius XM satellite radio. You can just swipe to browse. I love that system. Multimedia options, seat kinetics for the driver and passenger, which means additional side bolstering support as you drive the car. This is actually excellent for road trips. If you don't want to get too tired, you want to engage this system. Yeah, it is absolutely insane. Yeah, and 64 colors ambient lights. Hey Mercedes. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Set ambient light to red.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
So 64 colors ambient lights, and the passenger also has their own screen right here. You can see the AMG icon, but from the driver's perspective you can barely see that screen because of safety reasons. So the car can detect the driver looking at that screen, and you can barely see it. It's not visible. But multimedia options in this car, you have a ton of apps. Let's check out the apps. You have a browser, valet service mode, and also we have an off-road menu right here. Let you go off-roading. You can see the drive configurations, the degree, the steering degree angle, the altitude, the direction of travel. We have a compass system. So everything you'd get in a regular Mercedes, you get in this AMG EQE SUV. So in addition to the AMG Performance steering wheel design right here, flat bottom design, it also has AMG drive units right here to change your drive modes from a Sport Plus mode to regular Sport mode, as well as a Comfort mode. Now in Comfort mode, everyday driving, the AMG sound experience is lowered. You can barely tell the car is moving. But if you want to have spirited drives, you engage the Sport Plus mode, and you can actually hear the sound or the hum from the car. Now, the purpose of the paddle shifters is if I engage I press 1 up, which is the drive plus, there is no recuperation, which means that the car's braking action converts the braking kinetic energy to electric power back to the battery. So that's the reason for that, for the paddle shifters. So this is normal recuperation. You press downshift twice. Now it is strong recuperation. You have to remember to continue applying your brakes on the pedals, which are actually sport pedals, so that the car can keep moving. If I release my foot off the gas, like in this intersection, the car comes to a complete stop. So that's really part of the paddle shifters, the functions. Recuperation, which means just charging back to the car from the braking action. I'll set it to the normal recuperation, which pressing up shift, you get that. I love the cabin, futuristic. Love the Biscaya blue, very soft. This car has a head-up display system. You can see the speed limit assist up here and the how fast the car is moving, and any other features. We have good turbine inspired air vents on the side here, quite futuristic. I love this wood trim. Speaking of the additional features, inside here, 2 cup holders, NFC wireless charging, and USB-C ports. And you can see the USB-C ports right here, and my phone is set down here. I typically set the key in this section, and it has a full metallic key, very heavy key with the AMG insignia at the back, so I set it down here. So material is quite futuristic. I love the quality, the build quality. I love the Mercedes star pattern. So you want to option the wood trim here instead of the black piano lacquer trim, because the black piano lacquer trim is a fingerprint as well as scratch magnet. But I love this. Tons of storage down here, additional USB-C ports back here as well. Also we have extra storage. I can fit about my entire forearm inside this section here, and other 2 USB-C ports inside. To be honest with you guys, the Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV doesn't make sense, because I mean, unless you have friends who have the BMW iX M60, you're really not gonna, you know, start doing races and things like that. I mean, it's a great SUV, but I think it doesn't make sense. It's one of those things that Mercedes figured they would do, and they just did. But overall, it's a great electric SUV. Obviously, it's a Mercedes-AMG, and the seats can get a little bit used to, so you have to adjust the seats. When you initially start to drive, you have to get the right position to enjoy the seats. Yeah, it is. It shouldn't be this fast, but it is. Actually, should have gone that way. Just remember, the gate is closed on the other side. I have to make a U-turn. Overall, it's the one thing I haven't mentioned is the price of this AMG SUV. I know the spec sheet is somewhere here. So the retail price is $120,000, which might surprise you. For an SUV, is virtually the same price as an EQE AMG sedan, virtually almost the same price. So it doesn't make sense to get a smaller car if you're gonna get more space and performance from this one instead. I love the rear axle steering. It's quite uneasy and nervy to drive it in that. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV. If you like the video, subscribe to Mercedes Lounge for weekly videos. And make sure you check out the other electric SUV I have from Mercedes-Benz. It's a Mercedes EQE 500 SUV. I'll leave a link in the description. Leave some comments and give the video a big thumbs up. Obviously we have a 360-degree camera system, which is nice. On the roof are additional accessories, SOS and reading lights, and the panorama roof opener, which if you slide your finger, opens up the entire panorama roof. Alright guys, stay positive, peace.